Good morning, folks. Today I'm coming to you from the Citrus Tower Center here in Clermont, Florida. We're going to check out the Citrus Tower over there, and then right over there is the House of Presidents Museum. Let's go take a look inside and see what the still town of Clermont, located about 30 minutes from Disney World at most, has to offer. Let's start with the tower over here, because this looks cool. The Citrus Tower here opened in 1956 and reaches a maximum height of 226 feet tall. That's got to be a great view from up there, so let's go see what we're looking at. Now we're heading up to the top of the Citrus Tower. As you can see, the Citrus Tower was built in 1955, opened in 1956 in July, Florida's highest observation point at that time. 226 feet tall, which is 543 feet above sea level, which is about a 23 story building. From the top, you can see 35 miles all the way out in the horizon in each direction, 8 counties and 2,000 square miles. The tower was built with 5 million pounds of concrete and almost 150,000 pounds of steel. Let's go get a look at what the view looks like up here. Here we go, get to the top. 35 miles in the horizon. So from this viewpoint right here, you're looking toward Clermont, as well as Weeki Wachee and the Gulf of Mexico, which are going to be way out that way. You can also come on over this direction here, where you can see toward Lake Apopka, as well as the citrus trees, and yeah, a lot of residential development in this area as well. In this direction, you can see toward the Winter Garden, Lake Apopka, and the Turnpike, which is approximately 7 miles away. And if I'm not mistaken, that's downtown Orlando. Quite fascinating. In this direction, you got Disney World, as well as some lakes. Zoom in and see how far we can see. Disney's about 15 miles in that direction. Pretty cool. Those guys look like they're having fun. There we go. Crazy what the view looks like from up here. Some of the observation towers that overlook like streets like this, it's always so fun to watch cars go by, which I know sounds very awkward, but like, it's just kind of crazy how fast they're going, for lack of a better term. Up here at the top, they do have a menu for the coffee bar downstairs, and the prices don't appear to be that bad. I'm not a coffee drinker at all, but might be worth checking out if you happen to be in the area anytime soon. Another thing to note is they do have Wi-Fi available and electrical outlets. One part that I find very cool is some of these historical posters and pictures too. Like, for example, congratulations, best wishes to the Florida Citrus Tower Best Construction Company. Now, importantly, you can't take the stairs down. There's another picture here of the tower under construction. Some more with all the different citrus groves that are still around in the area to this day. Now, there's a lot less of them now because we have a lot of residential development, but at one point, this would have been surrounded by citrus groves. So this is part of what made this thing so cool to be able to walk around and look at it. Ads for citrus. It's crazy how loud some of these cars and motorcycles can get from up here as well. More historical posters from it. Very cool. Other fun fact is that when this opened, it was allied with Weeki Wachee Springs, as well as Cypress Gardens, and Silver Springs as well. This was like kind of a big draw for these smaller attractions, and then Disney World came into the area. But this is one of those roadside attractions from Florida that's had an impact and is still around today, which is really cool, in my view. And now, walking from the Citrus Tower over to the House of Presidents down here. Let's take a look at what's inside here at the House of Presidents. Not a very long walk at all here. To get to the House of Presidents from the Citrus Tower. And it doesn't even look that busy. But it is open. Let's do this. First thing I'm seeing out here is a giant, like, fake Mount Rushmore bust here. You can see some of our favorite presidents here. Why, hello, Teddy Roosevelt. And coming over on the front here, on the facade, you learn that this exhibit has been explored by millions of people until it settled here in Clermont, Florida. It was featured on Good Morning America and many other similar magazines like Newsweek, Time, and People magazine. Over here, we also have an Abraham Lincoln. Yes, of course we do. Hello. Alright, let's go inside and check this place out.
Did you move down here or are you still there?
We moved down here.
Yeah, we live in Leesburg. Oh,
Alrighty, let's head on inside. This is all George Bush.
No, we've driven by it more than once and saying,
Dick Cheney.
we gotta stop.
finally you're here.
Yes.
On the way to the lobster buffet and just...
Lots of George Bush.
That's it.
George Bush after 9/11. Here's some more generic Republican merchandise. Little model here of some of the DC landmarks in the National Mall. Donald Trump, Make America Great Again. Romney right there. I have to agree there. Hillary Clinton bobblehead, or yeah, bobblehead. Martha Washington, George Washington. This is the construction of the White House when George Washington first visited. Now keep in mind, this was before it got destroyed. Some of the founding fathers and their wives. Very cool. This exhibit was actually shown in the White House in 1992. Very cool. Here's an exhibit of different women that have run for president. Hillary Clinton and a bunch of other women. But of note, Hillary was the first major ticket nominee for the Democratic Party. Merchandise for Kamala Harris and Beto O'Rourke. The presidential flag that was located at the desk during Kennedy's administration. Buttons for Al Gore. These are what they looked like here in Florida whenever there was a huge controversy over the hanging chads and all that. Very interesting. Let's keep walking through and see. This merchandise is from when Ronald Reagan was president here. For example, when Prince Charles and Diana visited the White House. Very cool. Come around over here. More wax figures here. Ulysses S. Grant. Crazy stuff. A couple different DVDs, documentaries over here. You can of course sit down and play with them. Right there is Ulysses S. Grant. Mr. Funny Name. Here's some Lincoln merchandise. Very cool. New York Herald, right after he got assassinated. My apologies. The first major political candidate assassination. And this has details from as it occurred.
Yes, unfortunately, sometimes people will make mistakes.
Which is crazy.
Mrs. Nixon is wearing a mimosa yellow gown.
A lot of pictures here of Lincoln.
One of a kind. Yes, they did.
And a newspaper from the Lincoln funeral. Let's keep going. Hi, Joe Biden. Very cool. Here we have a collection, or a replica of the White House. And interestingly enough, they have letters here from different presidents that, like, welcome you to this. Like, for instance, right here, Ronald Reagan, Jimmy Carter, and Rosalind Carter. Rosalind and Jimmy as well. Gerald R. Ford. Jackie Kennedy. More Jackie Kennedy. LBJ. Yeah. Very cool. Donald Trump. Down here, you can see into it. I'll get on my knees and show you. We also have models of basically most of the presidents. George Washington. All the way down to Donald Trump. No Joe Biden here though. A little disappointing. He was the 46th president of the United States, but yeah, you have a model of the White House here, which is pretty cool. I believe it's a 1 to 400 scale model, which is very cool. That's where that iconic meme came from. And we got all sorts of stuff from the first few presidents. George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, James Monroe. These are different wax figures of people at the time that are all relevant as well. Wonder what this button does.
supremacy of human rights
Oh, he moved.
everywhere. Our support goes to those who struggle to gain those rights and keep them. Our strength is our unity of purpose. With that high concept, there can be no end, save victory.
Very cool. You got more of the modern presidents over here. Very interesting. Here we have some different trinkets from the Kennedy White House, as well as some information from when Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, which is very cool. I recently got to check out the museum there. Over here we have a setup for what appears to be a state dinner in the White House. Very cool. It's crazy how eloquently the tables are set as well. Ooh, conspiracy theories. Fun. That's funny. Continuing on with the White House model over here. This appears to be the West Wing, if I'm not mistaken. Very cool. And then more letters from presidents like George Bush, Dick Cheney, Barack Obama. Very cool. Right here's a zoetrope. Used to make motion pictures in 1872, and that's how they did it. Very cool. Is that Marilyn Monroe? Because that don't look like a VP's, or a First Lady. We have more merchandise over here. Different First Ladies in their inaugural gowns. Model trains, very cool. More Kennedy stuff. A model of Air Force One. Very impressive. Always love a good Boeing plane model. There's Marine Corps one, right there. And another Boeing, or another, Air Force One. More Kennedy stuff here. I believe that's the Kennedy kid right there. Here's a bust of Barack Obama. One thing I collect from modern campaigns is political buttons. It's cool to see displays of them like that here. For context, the restroom has all sorts of posters about different presidents here. From Bill, Reagan, more Bill Clinton, and yeah, that's the restroom here. Very interesting. Right here is a model of the Kennedy children's bedroom. That's what it looked like in there. And that's how it looks in execution, which is very cool. Then over here we have a collection of china from the White House. I like how we have full-size Nixon, full-size Johnson, full-size Reagan, Bush Sr., Clinton, and then little Obama. Why are you so tiny, Ben? We respect you, though. That also doesn't really look like Obama, but okay. More china from the White House. Oh, cool, Andrew Jackson. And we can do a little bit of reading about the different china from the White House, which is also very interesting. Old people love their china, so this doesn't surprise me here at all. Why, hello, good sir. More to the White House. In the corner, this is the Oval Office. Very cool. And this shows some of the different Oval Offices as they were set up. Kennedy. It's a little dark over here. We're gonna make it work. Johnson. Nixon. And Ford. This is what it looks like inside of the West Wing. This is where the president has his offices, as well as the executive offices for the administration and the different bureaucrats in it. And the Oval Office, of course. Back over here. This is a Resolute desk model. I'm not sure if this is a model or like one of the ones that was actually used in the White House. But that's what it would look like with the backdrop there. And I believe you can even come over here and sit in the chair in front of a modern looking computer, which is kind of funny, but yeah. Very cool. And we got our friend Donald Trump here. And our friend Barack Obama. Mission man. Right there's the White House press office. Press briefings. Right here is the front side of the White House if you took the layer off. President's bedroom, as well as the First Lady's sitting room. The state dining room is right there, and the office for the housekeepers and the physicians. We got the map room, the red room, and the president's study. Right here in the center, you got your diplomatic reception room. That's where you'll often see the different, like, world leaders meeting with said presidents. Right here, the blue room. Right there, the yellow oval room. I just love how they all have colors. Then you got the China room. Here. The green room. And the treaty room. We also got the Vermeil room. French word I don't know. East room, which is quite large, and the Lincoln bedroom, and the sitting room. Turning back around here, we have more merchandise from the different presidential administrations. Let's see what this button does. Oh, cool, it lights them up. Carter. Reagan. Bush. Lights on for this one. Doesn't work, but there's Clinton's office. And there's Bush office. I think the big thing here is that the presidents do customize their offices to kind of like reflect them a little bit. We also have a lot of merchandise in here from the different administrations. That right there was used to sign the nuclear treaty, or the nuclear test ban treaty. Sorry, I can't talk today. And also some of the pins, a copy of his inaugural address, a lot of merchandise. LBJ's got some stuff as well. Nixon. President Ford. Jimmy Carter, one of my personal heroes myself. Ronald Reagan. Bush. Bill Clinton. Bush number 2. Obama. And over here, that's the east wing with the administrative offices and the reception area. You can get a look at Lincoln's cabinet area. Lincoln is not looking too hot right there, but yeah. Donald Trump flags mold. Christmas exhibit. Very cool. Very cool. Well, that's going to do it for us from the small town here of Clermont, Florida, with the President's Hall of Fame here, as well as the Citrus Tower. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.